A very good morning to all the students of class 5. My name is Prerna and today we are going to read chapter number 7 of your book. Now this chapter is a poem and it is written by Robert Louis Stevenson. So now tell me one thing that all of you like I'm sure all of you have traveled to either within the country or maybe outside the country. So what do you like the most about traveling? So if I talk about myself, what I like the most about that journey that we take from one place to another is that we get to see a lot of things. So if you're going by flight, you get to see sometimes you get to see water bodies. You get to see so many houses which look like tiny spots. And talking about train journey, so while you are traveling through train, you get to see various landscape. Then you get sometimes you also get to see a lot of people. So in this poem, the poet is talking about the various things that one sees when he or she is there on a train journey. So let us start reading this poem. So here we go. So this is chapter number 7 of your book, which is a poem, and the title of the poem is From a Railway Carriage, and it is written by Robert Louis Stevenson. So let us start reading this poem. And as I told you that this poem is about a rail railway journey as seen through the eyes of the poet, and the poet is very excited to travel by train because he gets to see a lot many things. So let us see that what are the things that the poet sees during his journey in the train. Faster than fairies, faster than witches, bridges and houses, hedges and ditches, and charging along like troops in a battle, all through the meadows, horses and cattle. All of the sides of the hill and the plain fly as thick as driving rain, and ever again in the wink of an eye, painted stations whistle by. Here is a child who clambers and scrambles all by himself and gathering brambles. Here is a tramp who stands and gazes, and here is the green for stringing the daisies. Here is a cart run away in the road, lumping along with a man and load. And here is a mill, and there is a river, each a glimpse and gone for ever. So let us start understanding this poem stanza wise. So in this first stanza, the poet is comparing the speed of the train to the speed that fairies or witches have. So the poet is saying that trains travel faster than witches or fairies. And then he says that while we are on a train journey, we get to see a lot of bridges, houses, and mountains, hedges, and a lot of ditches, and charging along like troops in a battle, all through the meadows, horses and cattle. So he's saying that while we are on the train journey, it seems that the meadows, so meadows are the large grass areas, horses and cattle. So he's saying that while we are on that train journey, it seems that even the meadows and the horses and the cattle are moving along the train, just like the troops move together in a symmetrical manner. The troops of an army, the way they march together. So this is how it seems like. Then the poet says, all of the sides of the hill and the plain fly as thick as driving rain, and ever again in the wink of an eye, painted stations whistle by. So in the second stanza, the poet says that we also get to see a lot of hills as well as plains. So plains, of course, referring to the plain areas. And these the image of these hills and the plain is very strong. And then he says, and ever again in the wink of an eye, painted stations whistle by. So he's saying, while we are looking at the hill stations, while we are looking at the we are looking at the hills, we are looking at the plains. So by the time we actually get a clear look at these hills or the plains, the next station arises. So wink of an eye means, so how much time does it take for you to wink your eye? A fraction of seconds. So he's saying that before one can see the hills and the plains clearly, the next station, it seems that the next station is already there. Then he says, here is a child who clambers and scrambles all by himself and gathering brambles. Here is a tramp who stands and gazes, and here is the green for stringing the daisies. Now, the poet is talking about various people that one sees during his or her train journey. So let us see who are these people that the poet is talking about. So here the poet says, here is a child who clambers and scrambles. So he's saying that there is a boy who is moving up the hill in a very strange manner, or rather in a very laborious manner. The boy is putting in a lot of efforts, to move up to the hill. And scrambles means to move quickly. And then what is this boy doing? All by himself and gathering brambles. So this boy is all alone and he's collecting the brambles. So brambles refers to a wild bush that has black or red berries. So this boy is all alone, making in a lot of effort to move up the hill. And what is he doing? He's collecting the brambles. Here is a tramp who stands and gazes. Gaze means to look at someone continuously. And here is the green for stringing the daisies. So he says, here is the tramp who stands and gazes. So there is a tramp which is looking and which is continuously looking. What is the meaning of tramp? It means a homeless person who moves from place to place. So you can see this man drawn. So he's saying that this homeless person, he continuously looks at the train that is passing by. And here is the green for stringing the daisies. Then he's talking about plants. He's talking about green here refers to leaves. So he's talking about leaves which are used for making a garland out of daisies. So daisies is the plural of daisy flower. So I'll tell you how a daisy flower looks like. So it is yellow in the middle and the petals are white in color. So I'll show you what the daisy flower looks like. So this is the image of daisy flowers. So he's saying that now there are leaves also which are used to make a garland out of using these daisy flowers. So let us see what else has the poet spoken about. So next, in the last stanza of the poem, he says, here is a cart run away in the road, lumping along with a man and load. And here is a mill and there is a river, each a glimpse and gone for ever. So now he's saying that, see, there is a cart which is very heavy because there's someone sitting on that, and then it is also carrying some objects are, or some load is, some objects are kept in this cart, which makes it heavy and difficult to move. And it says lumping along with man and load means, lumping means very difficult to move. And here is a mill and there is a river. So you can see a mill here and then there is a river, each a glimpse and gone forever. What is the meaning of the word glimpse? Means a very short, a very quick look at something or someone. So again, the poet is saying that the train is so fast. Like in the first line itself, the poet has said that the train travels faster. The speed of the train is faster than the witches or the fairies. So all these things, whether it is the cart, whether it is the tramp, whether it is that little boy who is moving up the hill, whether it is the mill or the river, I can only have a glimpse at these things. I can only have a short look at, or a quick look at these things. So the poet has truly enjoyed his train journey. So there's one small activity that you can do. Next time when you travel by train, look at or rather try to match that the things that the poet found or the poet observed during his train journey, were you also able to have a glimpse of those things or not? And during your train journey, did you feel that the trains are faster than fairies and witches? So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed reading this poem. Thank you.